All right, everybody, back with part 5, and crisis averted. I did have a piece in there on upside down. I was able to remove this piece of the decking and just get in there and flip it around. Got this piece back on with the wiring nice and snug, and then this big 2-piece deck fold-out piece went on with much. Well, it wasn't too bad, but there's a lot of like pop-through hold-downs to line up, and to get them all to go was good, or tricky. And then the wiring looks really good there. It's amazing, like this little piece of this must be the bridge by the time we get up to this deck, I assume. All these little windows here, they'll be lit up by a bulb, and there's bulbs all through here in this big hole. And I can't wait to see this thing in all its glory lit up. So, without further ado, there's some. Looks like we're going to be putting on the rearward decking and the poop deck, and then the stern. I can't remember what they call it. The Thorpe? But anyways, there's some parts to find before then. Looks like I need to make a little something out of. Oh, looking for parts is getting tedious. I can only assume they would be like deck colored, or like, you know, that white color that the Titanic was, where it was up in the boat decks or whatever. So I'm looking for 197, 189. Luckily these are numbered in kind of order, but they're tricky because they'll have a bunch of like big pieces that'll be like 300s, but then they'll have like, oh, number 16, like wherever they could fit it. Because there was 16s on some other page, but they didn't have enough room. But anyways, I'm looking for, that's 400, so I'm looking for 190s. Oh, 200, 201. Oh, what do we got here? Nothing lower than 200 on this page. Yep. Oh, 199. Well, these are all 199s. 197, 198. There they are. $197, 198, and 189, which looks like a bigger piece. I don't think it's on here. But these have tiny little portholes. Isn't that cute? You know, you hear all the time that the Titanic there had its resting spot in the bottom of the Atlantic is, you hear that it's getting eaten by all those little bacteria, and it's not going to be around for very much longer. And that is true. It was found in, I think it was found in 1986 by Dr. Robert Ballard. And so that was almost 40 years ago. And there's been a lot of documented, you know, from the first pictures they took to the last, you can see where it's corroded and fallen in, and parts are becoming, parts of it have been becoming too weak to support their own weight. So they're caving in, and more of those rusticles, I think they call them, the funky bacteria. Well, I know we need these two parts, so since we're here, 186 and 174. So yeah, those rusticles are kind of eating it all. And they say, oh, there'll be nothing left of it. But that's untrue, because, I mean, while that, I guess it is true for the hull and a lot of it. Come on. A lot of the Titanic had big bronze parts. Like a lot of the engine will be bronze. The propellers will be bronze, all the portholes. And bronze literally doesn't corrode in water like at all. That's why they use it for those pieces. So even though the hull and all that might cave in and be indistinguishable from a pile of, you know, maybe the shape of the ship won't be distinguishable for much longer, but Those big propellers will be there till the end of time. Because they're bronze, of course. And 189 I'm looking for. 192. 189. And then 192. Did I get that already? Nope. 192 has stairs on it. 179. Oh, 195 I need as well. Do. 192, right here. So I was asked, what is this made of? And it's like a very thickly coated cardstock on both sides, but then looks like a foamy center. So it's very, very light. Like this whole thing just weighs a pound, a couple pounds, I'm not even sure. 192, 195 we need, and 170. 195's got to be on this one. It's full of 190s. Oh, maybe not. 170. Little triangle piece for the front. Can't. Oh, look at that. The anchor. The anchor that sits at the front where the Rose and Jack were doing their King of the World bit. 195. Not going in there. 50s. 40s. Pretty picked through the 300s, and that's 300s. So we're looking for 195. Which I have no idea what color it would be. Might just be black, actually. Looks like it's just a structure piece. That's definitely the base, the display base. Here, put the name. 195, these are 200s. So yeah, that's a 200 sheet I found. Although, 195 right there. Can't even tell it's there. Camouflage. Okay, 195, 170, got all those ones, I've got that. Do I still need 198? Oh, got it. All right, pack these up. Oh boy. Okay, let's turn this baby around. So all the wiring is done except the big long one that goes across the masts. That would have looked very pretty out there in the ocean without big string lights. And that was also the antenna for the Marconi radio, of course, which is part of the story, the Marconi radio, and how they were trying to get rescue. So this looks as simple as this right here. Didn't quite line up. Tease it a bit. There we go. One anchor. Then it calls for this to go like that. Ooh, got a big piece of straggler paper here. to whittle that off a bit. That's the first one of those I've seen. Yeah, the Marconi radio was pretty much, I mean, that was like supercomputers back then. In fact, so White Star Line, the company that owned the Titanic and commissioned it, the radio operators weren't even hired by the Titanic, or the White Star Line, I should say. They were hired right by Marconi because that stuff was so complex to operate. You needed like specialists, essentially. So, and then of course there was a story about how there was a German shipping ship of some sort that had been going by earlier, not too much earlier than the incident, and he tuned the Marconi out because there was like a rivalry. Like, they didn't use a Marconi system, they used something else. So, missed opportunity there. Man, oh man, these tiny parts. So like that, and like that, and then like that. Yep. And where the heck does that go? Do I not have that right? I don't think I have that right. Well, that can't be. Sure doesn't look like the picture though. So I'll put it like that. Oh. Okay. I had it kind of backwards. I had it kind of backwards, but not all the way backwards. And then it goes. Man. It looks like it goes like this. We'll soon find out. It fits there, whatever that is. Just a little, this is the loading dock. There's two big hatch. This is where all the cranes were. And there's two big hatches there for loading in cargo deep into the ship. So that looks right. Now this piece with the stairs, oh, I see, it kind of covers it. So these little stairs bend out, so cute. So the stairs go backwards. That's their little holes then. Nope. That can't be right. It's upside down somehow. There we go. I'm sure glad that piece from earlier wasn't a huge pain. I luckily didn't have to undo any of that wiring. Little stairs. Very cool. So maybe that's where they went in to operate the cranes? I don't know. Alright, now I gotta do some hole poking. Sadly. What else can we talk about as far as the Titanic's concerned? It was built in Belfast, Ireland. Everyone knows that. It was heading towards New York. They made it within 400 miles of Newfoundland. And in fact, I think that's where all the graves are of all the bodies they pulled out of the water. I think a lot of them are buried in Newfoundland. And actually, I just found out the other day there's a Titanic museum in, geez, what is it? Pigeon something. Not Pigeon Sound, but Pigeon in Tennessee. And they've got like a, I don't know if it's life size, but they've got the front half or so of the ship. They're kind of as a, you know, what would you call it? A landmark or a, that's not the right word, but anyways, look pretty neat. But this, anyway, this is off topic, but this town in Tennessee, and maybe it was their intention, but there's like countless things to do there. But for tourism, it's like there's like a Zorb ball park. You know those big bubble boy balls you climb into and go on the water or roll around in. There's a whole park there dedicated to that, and I mean this Titanic museum and bumper cars, and I mean, but obviously there's bumper cars all over. But in this town, it's like there's crazy theme bumper cars, and you'd have to look it up. Maybe in the next episode if I remember. Looks like this bends up too. Oh, that just gets knocked out so you can see the anchor. Anyway, this town, anyway, it's like built for tourism of the fun amusement park type. Oh wow, these go right through there. Okay. Pinch them down a bit. And that one. There we go, that's a big piece. A big recognizable piece. That's the biggest fit I've had yet. Ooh. Lost this one. She'll come back around. There's two here. And one at the front. Jeez, these ones come way through there. Still ways to go here. Man, oh man. I'm getting a little nervous about some of those big outer deck plate parts. How would they ever fit together? Oh, looks like I got it. Neato. I'm gonna call that good. The bow installed. I mean, they could have just had that anchor painted on this piece. But it was in like a recess in the ship. You can even see in the movie. So to have it like that there, that is pretty cool. Well, how long is this video? Should we throw the stern on quick? Or the poop deck, sorry. Let's do it. Or is there more stuff I've got to find? Oh, there's more stuff I've got to find and build. Alright, well, let's wrap this one up for now. And come back for part 6, I think. Man, oh man. Alright, enjoy.